Hi, Busy Bees.
Hi.
Welcome back to the kitchen. We're in the kitchen again for this science experiment. On Monday, we learned about our next letter, letter W, and something we talked a lot about was water and how important it is on Earth and in our bodies. And so I thought we could do a science experiment with water. So what we're going to show you how to do is how to bend water without touching it and by using static electricity. So this is something that's safe, it's not dangerous, so you can do this, but you'll still want to ask mom and dad first to make sure it's okay. And they might need to help you a little bit with some of the setup, but it's definitely something you can do on your own after that. You'll need to be close to a faucet. So we picked our kitchen, but you could do kitchen, bathroom, wherever you have access to a faucet. And then you'll need a balloon or something like it. So we happened to, or Mr. Burkett happened to get balloons one time from the grocery store because I needed them for a different experiment. So if you have a balloon, that's great. If not, a couple other things we thought of was some of you might have like rubber latex gloves at home that you can actually blow up that look kind of funny when you blow them up, but that would work like a balloon. And the other thing we thought to try is just a simple plastic bag, like a lot of you keep your snacks in there. Lots of goldfish in bags a lot of times, and we're gonna show you later how you can blow up the bag to look like a balloon. So before we bend our water with the balloon, Mr. Burkett is gonna show us a way that you can kind of see electricity, sort of, and then also tell us a little bit about it.
That's right. So with electricity, one thing that you can know is that electricity is kind of all around us. It's in a lot of things. And one of the ways that we can use electricity is we can gather it. So if electricity is all around us, we can do things that will collect up electricity. And one way to do that is to take a balloon, and an easy way to do that is to rub it on your hair. And as you rub a balloon or a baggie or a glove on your hair, you're actually collecting up some of the electricity that was already on your hair. You're just now putting it onto the balloon. Now you may not be able to see it with your eyes, but that's where we're going to do a test in a little bit. So if you remember, if you're running around and playing, and sometimes maybe you touch a friend and you get shocked, or you touch a doorknob and you get shocked, if that's happened to some of you, what that is when you were running around and playing, sometimes you're gathering up and collecting electricity, and then when you touch a friend or you touch a doorknob, sometimes you can transfer that electricity and it feels like a shock. So that's kind of what we're doing today. We're going to transfer the electricity from our hair onto the balloon in the bag, and we're going to then see if we were successful by testing it with the water.
Here, you can also rub. I have a lot more hair than you, so you should be able to see it.
and as you see it, Mrs. Burkett's hair is pointing. It's trying to go to the balloon because all of the electricity from her hair is being transferred into the balloon, and so it wants to follow that. So that's one way you can also kind of test and see if now we've got a balloon that has some of that electricity on it.
All right, so when you set up, you'll want to be by your faucet. And we do want to show you, you don't want to have it on a whole bunch like this, but you also don't want it to just drip like this. So Mr. Burkett's going to show you how to kind of get it just right. You want to have just a little stream, almost like still kind of all the way solid, but really thin. Yep. So really not too big, not too little, just right.
Just right, very, very thin. So just like this. And then what we're going to do is, once again, I'm going to try to transfer some of that electricity to this balloon. And what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in right now so that as you're watching at home, when I bring this balloon close to the water, you can start to see that the water is curving. And the water...
Some of it even starts to
separate out. And when you go closer and closer, it curves more and more. And when you move it away, it stops curving. And when you move it in like that, it starts to curve again. So that's the way that you can test to see if you transferred your electricity to the balloon.
And then can you show them, we thought that not everybody, you might not have balloons right now, and we don't want you going out to the store if you don't have to. So we have a lot of Ziploc bags for our snacks and sandwiches and stuff. So we thought we could blow it up and make it kind of look like a balloon.
And so what you're going to want to do is have your moms and dads help you. And you're going to want to close almost all of the baggie and just leave a little opening like this, and then blow into it just like you blow into a balloon. And then real quick, right at the end, you pull it away and then you close the bag, and then you've got air trapped in the bag and it looks like a little balloon. And so, do you want to try it with
Well,
turbo?
yeah, sure.
So
Here, we'll use
anything
turbo.
with hair, you can actually rub anything with hair, like if you have long hair or short hair, or if you have dog hair, if you rub it, and step back, and you bring it close to the water, it starts to curve again. It curves.
I like it.
Yeah.
Separates at the bottom.
It starts to curve. So, Mrs. Burkett's now going to talk about a competition that we want to try to have.
Yes. So, I don't know, do you think maybe blow it up a little more?
Sure. We'll
Okay.
talk about the competition.
So, what we're going to do, since we tested a balloon and we tested a bag, I thought it might be fun to have a little competition to see if the balloon or the bag, which one collects more electricity. And so, since we're testing a balloon versus bag, we want to keep everything else the same. So Mr. Burkett is going to rub both of them. Go ahead and use mine. I've got the most hair. He's going to rub both things on, on my head the same number of times, and then he's going to hold both the same distance away, and we're going to see if the water chooses one or the other. It's kind of choosing the balloon, I think.
If you can see that, and we'll zoom in so that you can see it, when I hold the bags in there, the water chooses the balloon. And now remember, it still can curve towards the bag, and it can curve towards the balloon, but when you bring them in together,
It wants to go to the balloon. So I guess balloon, in our case, wins. If you don't have two different things, one thing you could do is if you only have balloons, you could try different sizes of balloons. Or if you only have bags, you could try different sizes of bags. Maybe a bigger bag holds more.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know what was going to happen with this. And so we just thought it'd be fun to test. And so I guess in our case, balloon won. So we hope you guys have fun bending your own water. And if you can, maybe show us a little short video of you trying at home. Bye.
bye!